94 Rocks The Dark. It's that time to get to know a band again, and this is a band that you're going to know very well this coming weekend because they're part of the 5th annual End of Summer Bash at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill in Genola. On the phone right now, I have Elisa and Evan from the band Cold Kingdom. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited because it is finally here, our End of Summer Bash this Saturday. We've been in the planning stages for the last 3-4 months, and finally it's going to happen this weekend. And looking at the weather, which you know, obviously you're from Minnesota, you never know what to expect in October. And it looks like, as of now, fingers crossed, we're going to have a sunny and 70-degree day. Does that sound like a great day to be at a rock concert?
That sounds perfect.
Couldn't ask for anything better. And as someone who absolutely hates fall, this weather is actually about as good as it can get. So,
wow, you hate fall, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why I married this guy.
I was going to say, wait a minute now. So let me say, you're not a hunter then, I take it.
No, I am not. I'm 100% spring and like fall. You know, as a kid, it was like, okay, school's starting again. Everything's dying. The leaves turn to mush. Everything's brown and not colorful anymore, and it gets cold.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's great.
Okay, so no winter fishing, any of those kind of things either then. So are you originally from Minnesota, Evan? I should ask that.
I was born in St. Cloud, and I've been raised in Minnesota my whole life. I've done a little bit of ice fishing, but mostly from the confines of an ice house.
Nice. St. Cloud, did you go to school in St. Cloud, or did you move to the Twin Cities before that?
No, it was Twin Cities, basically St. Cloud till I was 2, and then Twin Cities after that, and then most of my middle school and high school was in St. Peter, down southern central Minnesota. So
absolutely. Since we're talking to Evan this time, how about you, Elisa? What's your background? I guess Minnesota gal. What's the story for you?
Oh yeah, I am a Minnesota gal. My mom is from Texas, and she came up here, met my dad, and born and raised in Minnesota, Northeast Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park area. And we're just still here.
What's Cold Kingdom up to these days? Obviously, the pandemic happened. Everything changed in the world. Obviously, it changed in the music industry, too. How much did it affect Cold Kingdom, I guess, the pandemic?
We did a lot of songwriting towards the end of the pandemic. I think early on it was kind of hard to get into a vibe. You know, everyone assumes that you write a ton of songs if you're just like at home in isolation. Speaking for me and Elisa, we were not, we both had jobs that were deemed essential, so we never really stopped our daily routine. And, going through all of that, it was a pretty depressing time, and it was not easy to get the songs out that we needed to. But towards the end, and then throughout the majority of this year, we've been writing our new album, which we are going to be releasing on November 18th to all streaming platforms, and it's called Life/Love. I don't know how we want to talk about that.
Life double/Love.
Life double/Love. Life and love. Life love. I don't know what it's.
We just call it. I think of it as the Life Love album.
Okay. Who came up with that?
It's kind of like.
Well, it's actually, so there's a pretty sentimental, meaningful song that is on the record, and one of the lyrics is, this is life, this is love, and what it does to you. And so we kind of originally thought maybe we'd name it Life, Love, and What It Does to You, and then kind of whittled it down to make it a little more concise. But it's just a really meaningful thing, and I think the album, the name of the album really embodies all of the different subject matter that we touch on.
Nice. What can I ask? Which song has got that meaningful lyric in, or?
I believe. What was it?
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Okay.
That was the song. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I know that earlier this year you guys had some success on rock radio with the song that also getting some help a little bit from Danny from the band from Ashes New Criminal, and a top 40 song. I guess, what did that mean to you to have a top 40 song on rock radio?
Really freaking cool.
There you go.
I mean, yeah. It was definitely a first for Cold Kingdom, and it was a big accomplishment, and I think we're all just really proud of it. And
it's fun to be able to start the year off with something like that, and then to be able to to see it grow. You know, we put that out in February, and it didn't hit top 40 on the charts until like June or July, something like that. So it's kind of nice to see that grow and to continue putting out songs from this album in the meantime, and to kind of like see the excitement about it and see the way people react to it. And when we go out and play shows, you know, we had a packed summer. People come up to us and say how awesome Criminal is, and it's like it's nice to kind of hear that feedback from new songs that we're putting out, rather than just being like, you know, a song that we put out pre-pandemic that is just like getting lost in the mix in our minds at this point, because we're just so involved in what we're doing right now.
You know, and it was at that time you said when it peaked on the charts. Actually, I was over in Rockfest, and I actually had a chance to sit down with Danny and Matt from the band From Ashes to New, and we chatted a little bit about that song and stuff. So I know that you guys haven't been together to perform that song yet, but I would assume at some point you would love to do that, wouldn't you?
I mean, we absolutely would, but why don't you put in a good word?
Yeah. Something a lot of people don't know is we've never met Danny.
Right.
You know, it was just kind of a back and forth between, you know, our management and finding the right connections and like getting someone who was on board. And like Danny was obviously a perfect choice for us, and he was 100% on board to do it,
and killed it.
Naturally killed it, and the song came together so easily for our producer. But we've never actually met Danny in person, and we'd love to be able to, you know, at least play a show with those guys or perform that song together in the future.
Absolutely. You know, and it's funny and kind of a little bit ironic. I was trying to get them to come here for our show this year, but there was other things going on, and then that song had obviously came out. So maybe in the future we can make that happen around here. Okay.
Awesome. We're into it.
Yeah, we're down.
Super into it.
Anytime.
Now, obviously you guys work daily jobs, but you do obviously shows and that. How difficult is it for you guys to do like a long stretch of shows? I know you kind of go a show here, a show there. I think you open for Shinedown not too long ago, which is an awesome thing. But how tough is it, I guess, for you to kind of do the touring thing?
The touring thing is a little more difficult, but as far as the shows go, we really try to maximize our opportunities, especially throughout the summer. I would say July in specific was a very grueling month for us in terms of working 5 days, leave Friday, play a show on Friday, play a show on Saturday, come back on Sunday, work another 5 days, do it again. We had about 6 weeks in a row of that.
Yeah, it's really, it can get a little exhausting, but when you love something, you just do it.
Yeah, well, and you also have your significant other with, too. So does that help, or is it hard to do that, I guess?
No, for me, like, it makes it easier because, like, we're both, you know, on the same page with things and are able to chase all of our dreams together. And so it makes decisions a little easier, I think. But it also has its drawbacks and its difficulties, too, because we're leaving our pup, we're leaving our house and that kind of thing. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Not like I'm going to dive deep into your love relationship, but I'm kind of curious how
do it.
I want to know. I kind of want to know how that all came about, because I know a lot of artists kind of keep things secret. That's just kind of the industry in that. But how did it really come about that you two hit it off and got married?
I think I honestly, going from, the point where we didn't have a singer, because Danny was leaving the band. She wanted things in her life that we didn't want in the band at the time. And it was kind of going from like, we built all this stuff to all of a sudden now we don't have a singer. And then Elisa came in as the new singer and has built herself into, the singer that is Cold Kingdom, honestly. Like, she's on the most songs, more songs than Danny's been on, which is like something that you have to take a step back and go, wow, this band really is, Elisa at this point. And for me, coming into that situation was very nerve-wracking, and then being on the road with her for, I think, a year. I mean, it was mostly like a summer, and just like seeing the way that she approaches life, for me, was something that was, that drew me to her and her to me. And I don't want to speak for her, but
You don't want to speak for her. Trust me. In a marriage, you want to let her speak. So, just giving you a little advice, okay?
He knows me well enough.
But yeah, I mean, going from that situation and like seeing her approach life in such a different way than anyone I'd ever seen, it was such a reinvigorating thing to be like, I'm stuck in a van with this person for, days at a time, and I just like, I feel like I could spend forever with this person. So it's kind of a change of mind for me in terms of like what I thought I wanted, and it's just kind of like a feeling. It was just a feeling.
Oh, I thought he was going to kind of be a tough nut to crack. Like he kind of had this, I don't know, like this exterior about him that I was like, I'm going to be his friend, and whether he likes it or not. And we kind of have this ongoing joke. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. We have this ongoing joke that he didn't want me in the band at all to begin with. And
Nice.
It's a joke. He gets a little frustrated about it. But that's not the truth. So we have a joke about it, and I just kind of wanted to, build relationships with each person in the band. And him and I, we just kind of gravitated towards each other and had a lot in common and wanted to do a lot of things together and had the passion for music, and just kind of went from there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to say about, being able to share similar goals and dreams with, the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So I think that was definitely a big factor in terms of just, being on the same page of everything and just wanting to achieve the same goals in life.
Right.
Yeah, because being in a band, like it's not all like butterflies and rainbows. It's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of disappointment sometimes. And to be able to be in a band with my best friends, like all these guys are my best friends, but then also to be in a band with my person who like we just see eye to eye on things and can make the best possible decisions for the band and for ourselves. Like it's just a really nice thing.
Hey, we're talking with Lisa and Evan from the band Cold Kingdom. They are opening the 5th annual End of Summer Bash coming up this Saturday at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill. And I got to believe you're going to have some friends and family coming on up to the show. And do you enjoy having friends and family watch you guys play?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the greatest things in my life to be able to have, people that are close to me come out and see what I do. And there's been so many times where you approach something, a situation where it's like someone doesn't really know you, and you say, "Hey, I'm in a band," and they go, "Oh, okay, you're in a band. I see." And it's like they're imagining someone who's playing to 5 people at the bar down the street, and they play 3 times a year, and as a hobby, they're in a band, and then to have those people come out and see what I do and see what Elisa does, and just like be able to support us and really understand what this dream means to us. Like, to me, that's more important than really anything in this career, is getting to share that experience with the ones I love.
Yeah, and more than just like sharing it with, friends and family, just the fans that we've gained through everything, they mean the world to us. And I think the most important thing to me is being able to touch people with our music and hear those stories of like, wow, this song really made a difference in my life or really helped me through this moment. So yeah, it's about friends, family, the fans, because they're our family too.
You mentioned the album is coming out in November. I'm kind of curious, obviously Criminal, will that be on that album or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got 11 songs, 12 songs. Yes, I can't even keep count. We've got 12 songs on this album, and so Criminal was the first single. We released Agony and Apologies and Finally, and then we might have one more single for you right before the album comes out, but we're releasing that November 18th, and then obviously we've got the rest of those 12 songs that we really want people to hear, and we'll be supporting that with a hometown show in Fridley, Minnesota on Black Friday of all days.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun. That should be a good time. Where's the show at?
So we're going to be playing at Route 47 in Fridley, and we're going to have our friends in Via and Weekend Picnic, and DJ Alvin Stone is also going to be with us as well. So we're going to have a party that night. Anyone who's home for Thanksgiving and wants to come out and party with us for Black Friday, certainly welcome to come and throw down.
So I guess Elisa won't be shopping that day then.
I hate shopping, man.
Okay, well, hey, Evan hates fall and you hate shopping, so it works.
It's a match made in heaven.
It is definitely a match made in heaven. See the things you learn in all these interviews? I mean, people are listening right now going, wow, that's an interesting couple.
We're something, that's all right.
Well, I guess let's talk to your fans that are going to be coming to the show. What should they expect in the show coming up this Saturday night at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill?
It's probably going to be really sweaty.
Well, it's going to be about 60-some degrees.
Like idiots.
Okay.
Oh, no, I mean, we work up a sweat just running around stage.
I got you. I was just kidding.
Probably expect Jason to slip a bass around his head a couple times. And
yeah, we're going to be playing all 4 of the new singles we've released, and we're probably going to be playing
a couple? One more?
One more that has not been released. I'm not sure if it's going to be a single, but it's going to be another song from the album. So I think the plan right now is to play 5 new songs from the album.
Very cool. And then I would assume that after the set is done, you'll have your merch table set up and people can purchase stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we always run pretty much the second we get done on stage. I run off and go to the merch table because we definitely want to meet everybody and thank them all for coming out. And, yeah, we'll have stuff available for purchase as well.
Yeah, and you can hang out with you guys probably afterwards because you'll be hanging around for a while, right?
Oh, yeah, we'll be there all night.
Yeah, that's the best part. I mean, we'll be there. If you want to throw $1 into our Taco Bell fund, we'll ring the bell for you.
We'll ring a bell at your face, and
well, I know
thank you for feeding us.
Yeah, I think Corey over at the Silver Bullet Bar and Grill told me he's got you all covered for food before, and he's got pizzas and stuff afterwards. You'll be living good after that. And then I think the hotel right down the way, too. So, and then the next morning, the Vikings play, and I think he's having breakfast and all that. So they're in London, so you could just hang out there all day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
it's 8:30 a.m.
Game. Yeah, well, of course, Evan doesn't like fall, so he probably doesn't like football either, but, I mean...
I love football.
Oh,
That's what I don't get. He loves everything about fall. He loves Renaissance Festival. He loves the freaking football season. I don't understand why he doesn't like fall.
It just means everything's dying and winter's coming. Like, that's what it means to me.
It's Game of Thrones up in here. Winter is coming.
Football coincidentally happens to be going on at the same time.
Well,
it's chili and soup season. Can't go wrong.
But isn't when it's cold, there's more snuggling time then, too, or what?
Well, you know what?
Snuggle time.
There's snuggle time in the spring, too.
Now you're getting in a total different area here now. Is there something we should know about?
See, my feelings about spring are about the same as his of fall, because he just thinks fall is like mushy and rainy and gross, and that's what I think the beginning of spring is.
Nice.
Mushy and gross.
Nice.
Well, I don't know. There's nothing worse than everything dying and then everything gets covered
Agree to disagree.
And then it's going to be negative 20 degrees. So.
But that's winter, not fall.
Well, yeah.
You should create a song that says, I hate
These
fall.
are the arguments we have.
Yes.
Intense, right?
I want to hear you create a song, I hate fall, one time on an album, or something like that.
Don't tempt him. He'll do it.
I know.
I might make a side project where I just write very literal songs.
I hate fall.
Nice.
Cake donuts should not be a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we hope our listeners are going to attend our 5th annual End of Summer Bash, which also has Madam Mayhem and Trapped. I believe you've never played with either one of those, correct?
We have not. This will be a first for us for sure.
Yeah. Once again, hey, thanks so much for joining me on the airwaves tonight. We are really looking forward to seeing you guys at our bash coming up this Saturday. And once again, I'll give you the final word. What do you want to say to your fans, and make sure we get those tickets sold, right?
Well, I'm going to say, if you've never seen us before, we're definitely different from anything you've ever seen, and we're going to throw down with you, and then afterwards we're going to have a great time. So you got to come out to this show and see us, and who doesn't want to see Trapped? Those guys are legends. I mean, it's going to be an awesome show, and we hope that you check us out afterwards and stream every song that we've got out there, and check out our new album when it comes out.
Yeah. come out and have fun.
Awesome. Elisa, Evan, thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you on Saturday.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
And we will play your latest song, which I have. It's called Finally. It's on The Dark. It's on 94 Rocks.